Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another Nintendo NX/Wii U discussion video where we get into a bunch of different things here, and we got some topics from the GameStop CEO. I'm going to go ahead and read off what he said. One, about the Wii U and the disappointment surrounding that, and two, about the buzz and excitement that the Nintendo NX is providing and how they might be the primary distributor of the Nintendo NX. Then we're going to jump right into the new rumor that Macronix is going to be providing Nintendo with some new cartridges for the Nintendo NX. So there's a lot of different things to get into. Buckle in, get your popcorn ready, and let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, quotations. Even though the Wii U didn't repeat the Wii's success, how do you feel about the system? Wii U was disappointing to everybody, including them. They made some bold bets, and maybe some of them didn't work out. Maybe. No, they didn't work out. But they have a lot of creativity there. They're a very innovative group of people, so we never count out Nintendo. Even now, it's incredible how strong some of their IP is. Pokemon, for example. We could have a Pokemon weekend this weekend at GameStop and we would break sales records just because every time they put out a new game, they have a very loyal fan base. Super Mario, Zelda, all the IPs they have is huge, very loyal fan base. So that is 100% true. And yes, the Wii U was very disappointing to everyone. Nintendo's disappointed, GameStop's disappointed, everyone's disappointed with how the Wii U sales went down, but that's what happens when you really try to stress a gamepad over actual functionality of the system. Nintendo was in prime position as far as from their success with the Wii to make a system far better than their competitors could have made, because Nintendo had a surplus of cash and resources. They could have looked at all the critiques and criticisms that the Wii got and said, you know what, we're going to make a system totally better. We have the resources, we have the funds, we could sell our system, and we can do this. But they didn't do that. They took the same route that they went with the Wii as far as making more of an underpowered system, really focusing more on a gimmick than actually making sure that their system was up to date with the times and had the stuff that other systems, the competitors, were going to put in, and they suffered for it. In addition to the lack of third-party support and the subpar marketing, the Wii U really tanked, but there's some hope because he is excited for the Nintendo NX. Let's go ahead and get right into what he said about that. So, are you seeing excitement through Power Up Rewards members around the Nintendo NX? There is some excitement around the NX. Lately here, we've been hearing a lot of more buzz than we have in the past. Nintendo is interesting in that they really are able to keep things as quiet as they can for a while. And then they just lost their leader, so they've gone through a mourning period and so forth. NX sounds exciting. We're looking forward to it. They're very innovative in everything they do. I hope that they come out with something exciting and innovative. I think will be the dominant distributor for the platform. So yes, GameStop is going to sell a ton of Nintendo NXs. They sold a ton of Wii U's. I would have to say they probably sold the most Wii U's in North America as far as distribution for that console. I know I bought my Wii U at GameStop, so I'm really interested to see what Nintendo has. Of course, I talk about the NX all the time, and that's the thing. You can't count Nintendo out. Nintendo is very good at what they do as far as making games. They just have to make the system, and I think that some of the mistakes that they've made in the past will be rectified. Pulling Miyamoto off of hardware, that was one of the things that I think is going to help, because he says, hey, I'm really going to focus on software. I'm not going to focus on putting my ideas kind of into the hardware. And we all know Miyamoto isn't the type of online guy. Miyamoto isn't about necessarily doing the functional things that people see in today's gaming. He's more about new ideas and creating different type of peripherals and different type of ways to play certain games and things like that, as you've seen with Star Fox, as you've seen with Pikmin and the games that he's directed. So I think it's good that Miyamoto kind of just shifts more his gears towards the software and let people who actually know the technical know-how of today's systems kind of handle the hardware, and I'm hoping that Nintendo did that. But yeah, there's a lot of excitement around the Nintendo NX. GameStop, everyone's going to be ready for this system. They're going to want to see what Nintendo responds with. They have a push into mobile. There's so much stuff that's going on right now, and so I'm super hyped. I know lots of people are super hyped. We're gonna have to wait a little bit more, but when Nintendo finally announces the day that they're going to reveal their system, it's probably gonna be like a big Nintendo Direct. Everyone in the gaming industry is gonna be watching. Microsoft, Sony, everyone. I don't care. People are going to want to see what this system is because they have the best staple of first-party IPs in gaming. That's just my opinion on the matter. So let's go ahead and move on to something that I've been talking about for quite some time, and that is Nintendo. Could they be going back to the cartridge format? Now, here's the thing. There was a big break in this, and that was the whole Macronix and their relationship with Nintendo as far as providing memory for them. And this is what they had to say about Nintendo's upcoming system and their involvement. So, Macronix are Nintendo's longtime go-to partners for the mask ROM memory. The guys behind the 3DS cartridges. Typically, this would be put down to Nintendo 3DS cartridges, but the reality is that Macronix recently began testing on its newer line of 32 nm ROM chips. The Nintendo 3DS uses 75 nm with a max of 8 GB storage, so these new cards won't be used for that purpose, unless the company is savvy to a big 3DS game we're not aware of, or the Nintendo's next-gen handheld. We'd make a strong bet that it's linked to the Nintendo NX. So brand new cartridges potentially being used for the Nintendo NX. So there's actually more to this here. So yesterday, non-volatile memory vendor Macronix 2337 announced that the net loss per share of 0.25 WUAN in the first quarter. Wu Min, chairman of Macronix, stated the worst situation has passed. He expects the company can potentially get rid of the loss in the third quarter as the orders of an important customer, Nintendo, will have a critical impact. The company targets a profit-loss balance annually. In the past, Macronix sales performance usually peaked in third quarter while declined in the fourth quarter. However, Wu Min pointed out that because Nintendo has announced that the new platform will be launched in March next year, orders should be placed in advance. Therefore, the operating revenue of Macronix in the fourth quarter may be as good as the third quarter. Wu Min noted that before the launch of Nintendo's new platform, the sales of the ROM is expected to remain unchanged this year, but there is growth potential. In respect to the NOR flash business, market share in the global market has reached 21% last year, ranked second. It is expected to climb to first rank in the quarter next year. Macronix expects to sell 75 nm or below. NOR flash process products will increase 50% and more high capacity products will be sold. Revenue of automobile sector will continue to increase. So they are clearly getting ready for something as far as a new cartridge format hitting a platform or system. Some have taken this as, oh, well, Nintendo's developing their next generation handheld. Or what if it's the true hybrid that we've been thinking, or some have speculated that Nintendo would do? Because I don't think Nintendo in this day, especially how the 3DS turned out and the Wii U as far as the sales go, Nintendo would separate or segment their fan base again with both systems as far as games go. We've discussed this as far as what the late Satoru Iwata said as far as unifying and being able to port games more easily. I do think that if it is a handheld or portable, that this system is going to be able to hook up to the TV somehow and being able to play with a regular or standard controller. I think that is a must, especially if they want to get major third-party games. I'm not sure if Nintendo could make a portable system that's as strong as a PS4 or Xbox One, it be affordable as far as to get the ports from third-party developers. And we do know that there are ports from third-party developers in development, and we do know that this Nintendo NX, whatever the case is, that it is going to be a fairly strong system, at least PS4 level or stronger. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a true handheld or anything like that. I think it's going to be some sort, or the beginning steps of a true fusion system or supplemental computing device that you can get with it, because I think that's the best way for Nintendo to go. You can't segment your fan base. I don't think Nintendo has that many fans to do that. This is not the DS/Wii days where you're selling 200+ million consoles because mobile isn't a thing yet and the casual revolution is here. They need to make sure they have as many games as possible across platforms, across devices. It needs to be like iOS and Android. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen here. So it's just going to be interesting to see the form factor, how a supplemental computing device works, how is it packaged together. There's so many different things Nintendo could do, but they are on the brink of something revolutionary. If this system or systems is truly the supplemental computing device with a fusion theory that could come later down the line in a normal handheld or a console, and you can truly play your games on the go wherever you want, come back, automatically sync through cloud or through supplemental computing device and memory cards, and you can play your games as soon as you hit home and you don't have to worry about transferring anything like that. That is a gimmick that everyone will get behind. That will be a revolutionary gimmick that Sony was not able to do with the PS Vita, PSP, PS3, PS4. They were not able to emulate that experience 100%. If Nintendo could get that, that would be the all-time gimmick of all-time gimmick, and that is a welcome. That is a very welcome gimmick that enhances the way that we play games, that enhances the way that we enjoy games. And if you give people the traditional control schemes and put that classic Nintendo touch as far as games go, the sky is the limit for Nintendo. So I know there's a lot of people that are down on them and are saying, well, what can they do? This system is going to fail. But if it turns out to be what I'm thinking that it's going to be, and with these cartridges, if it is, I'm not saying it 100% is, but if it is, and you can easily just pop out a game, put it inside your handheld, play it, pop out that game, put it inside your console or have digital distribution, which is also going to be a bigger thing going forward. Digital distribution is huge for companies like EA and Activision and even Sony with PSN and raking in billions. So if Nintendo wants to move more towards that and roll with cartridges, and cartridges have so many advantages. Seriously, there are a ton of advantages to cartridges. Faster load speeds, no install times, all that good stuff. So if they do that, that would be revolutionary. Going back to that, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that. If it becomes true, that will be really cool. Plus the system will be quieter, it will be smaller because disk drives are huge and bulky. This would be a good thing for Nintendo if it turned out to be true. Yes, there would be people that might be turned off at the beginning, but if you let them know the advantages like I talked about, if those were the true advantages and Nintendo really said, we're going all out with this, man, that would be something special. So we have to wait and see. Remember, this is not necessarily rumor because this guy pretty much said something, but it is rumor in the fact that we don't know what Nintendo's doing at the end of the day. We don't know what Nintendo's going to do with it. It could happen, it might not happen. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm just talking about it here. So let me know what you guys think about all this news here. I just want to let you guys know that I did talk with Game Explain recently as far as my thoughts on The Legend of Zelda and Nintendo's E3 presentations. I'll probably upload another video, but if you want to check out my thoughts today on the matter, go ahead and check out the description below. They'll have a link over to Game Explain's discussion. Subscribe to those guys if you already haven't been subscribed. Most of you guys are probably subscribed to them. They are awesome dudes, and I really appreciate them having me on. Alright guys, that basically wraps it up for this video here. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything on the Nintendo NX. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.